to sit here and push these people to get this job done, and for you, the applicant, and I'm not directing this, at you, but as the representative of the applicant, they have to get paid. It is entirely inappropriate. So back to the point I was making is that there are some people that are out there saying, if in this financial market, in this time, maybe it's not right. Maybe the project isn't right. Well, I can tell you, when in the back of my head I'm saying, well, this is a big organization, it's a consortium of very able developers, but we also need to be well financed because this is a huge project. Now, an inability to pay these bigger bills when you're looking at the size of this project, that sends a very bad message to me. So I really have to impress upon you and to bring that message back to the principals, the importance of getting those issues resolved, because you're asking us to go findings, which include financial impacts, which include, in my mind, the ability of the developers to get the job done. And if they can't do the simple job of paying the consultants who everyone is pushing to get this job done, well, I have no problem, and it's going to cause a lot of concern in my mind. So please take that message back.
I'd just like to add also that I don't feel comfortable moving forward with any vote, any meeting until they are paid. I think there was discussion among the council members to say, you know what, if we don't move forward with any vote or any more meetings until they are paid up to date. We're not even talking from here forward. We're talking just up to date, and it's been several months.
Some of the consultants have been brought up to date, but they all have not. And that's something that, we don't know what their bills are, but we do know that they're doing the job. We know that we are pushing them to get it done, and I don't think there's any of them that, some of these guys have private practices, and if we're their own clients and they're not getting billed on it and getting paid on it, that poses a real problem, and it makes it very difficult for us to be able to hire these people again for the next project that comes along. So
speak for itself.
Please take care of that.
Very bad faith.
Speak for itself.
I hear the council call. I hear both Sandy and Liam. It is what it is. The most expensive part of any project is pre-development, as you know. And the reason we've been pushing for findings is in our documents. That's the milestone our banks are looking for. The concern, and when the dollars get cut off, is because banks will say, this project has lost momentum, move on. Our partners are committed to going as far as we can with our banks to make sure that doesn't happen. And we will not walk away from missing bills. But the reason we're pushing findings the way we are, it shows the banks that this is still a real project. But I will take back what you said. I think you hear what you're saying. You're right, it is very important. I, too, work for a small firm in terms of number of people. We, too, work with that payroll. It's a difficult time for everyone. We want to make sure this entire team, which does include your consultants, all get paid. Other questions?
Okay. I have one question to the council members, and that is, do you have any more specific questions on the findings? Well, because we're going to probably recess into the room to talk about things in the LDA and some of the negotiations that we've had. But I want to make sure that before we do that, we exhausted all the questions on the findings. Okay.
Unfortunately, I have the 24th date findings. I have the 23rd.
Well, that's probably going to fit the transition, yeah.
On page 4, the 23rd.
It doesn't get us how we suddenly know that
the first paragraph that says 6,500 feet Miami baseball field, and I asked in the GIS and FEIS, could there be a slash soccer field?
That, by the way, for your reference, mid-page that you engaged on the 24th.
Going down to it says temporary city, this is where the page has changed. On page 4, same page, the 1, 2, 3, 4 paragraph, 6th paragraph, under heading of temporary city of Yonkers Fire Department headquarters. It says that the new facility would be of a similar size. My impression is that the new headquarters would be larger than the one that's currently on Blue Street.
By the way, do you want to get the answer from see about the topic?
Okay. Did it come in?
Phoenix come in, or Alice? But, I mean, I think,
if I heard it correctly, you were referring to the temporary neighborhood, is that correct?
Well, the first one was the
ball field. The question was whether the ball field could be designed in such a way to support baseball as well.
Well, that I can't answer, Chris. I know that the ball field is confined to that roof space, so I don't know if it configures into a soccer field or not, but we can find out. I don't know that you know. We'll have to look at those dimensions and see. We made a note to that effect as you make your comment.
okay, the firehouse is similar in size. Now the new firehouse is going to be larger.
Well, it is. You already spoke about the fact that it's going to be a 6-bay firehouse, which is larger than the current firehouse, even though the MDDA requires the developer to replace the firehouse in kind. This is designed to be a larger firehouse with a great deal more facility room in it. As to the temporary one, yeah.
It shouldn't be similar, it should be larger.
It'll be specific in terms of the program that's been out in the PEIS, which is actually what it is.
As you know, it's been designed and it's been reviewed very carefully by the fire department, including them. So the program and the design is in place. The temporary one is in the fixed facility, as you know, which again has been reviewed by the fire department and that would be adequate for the temporary facility.
I just want to make a general statement to Council President. We got this on October 24th. Again, this is one of the defining documents of this process, and I know you guys had a 2-year start on me, and I tried to hit the ground running when I did take office, and there's been a lot of things materials, and I'm doing my best, and I understand what you're saying about your financial restrictions at this point in time with what's going on in the economy, and I don't want to say that that's your problem, but that in no way can take away what I have to do from my end of the equation here. I understand that a couple of years ago there was a referendum that limited the time to the FEIS process to 1 year, agreeable with both parties to be possibly extended, but I kind of thought that date would start with the acceptance of the DEIS in March as being complete. And
that date's already over because that date concludes with the accepting of the FEIS as complete. So we've already passed that period of time. There's nothing in the law that specifies the time.
It does not say that. It says it has 1 year to deliberate the EIS in total. Yes. It does not say that.
But again, I'm not saying that.
It's a maximum. No, we'll go back. My point is that the time period goes from the acceptance of the DEIS is complete to the acceptance of the FEIS is complete. We've done that. Now we're on the next step, which is the final. So whatever that referendum, I believe, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, Council.
Is the findings a part of the EIS process? Or maybe I'm wrong. I thought it was the second half of the EIS deliberation.
And again, we'll answer the question, but we're also dealing with the reality of this particular developer's market conditions and their deadlines. And we don't have that luxury, even if we have the luxury of out of the law.
I'm not sure exactly what the question is, but the 1 year time period, as I understand it, is a maximum time period for the acceptance of the FEIS following acceptance of the DEIS. Doesn't mean that you're not permitted to take less time. So the findings are, I don't believe the time period applies to the findings. That's the deliberation of the city council that follows the EIS process. I'd have to go back and look at the ordinance to see where the findings fit in, but I don't think they're